Hi everyone, Flora Sage here. So I have been hearing from a lot of you recently saying that you're feeling stuck and you're feeling really kind of pissed that you're not getting what you want, and you've been wanting to lose weight, or you've been wanting to be a very successful coach, or you want to be debt free, and there's all these things that you say that you truly want. And you're just really frustrated because you're not getting it. So this is one of the things that I actually help my clients do, and this is what I want to share with you, how to shift and how to remedy today in this video. So first thing that I want you to do is ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want to lose 50 pounds? Do you want to be a six-figure coach, which means making $100,000 or more a year? Do you want to be in a healthy relationship? Do you want to be debt-free? Like, what does that look like? What do you want? I want you to get really clear about this. Now, most of you can just name this off the cuff and go, oh yeah, boom, this is what I want. And if you're not quite sure, I want you to look at what's the number one stressor in your life right now? Like, what's the number one thing that just pisses you off or is stressing you out? And that's the number one thing that a lot of people blame everything else on. Well, I'm in debt, I don't have any money, so I can't do this, or this. Or, oh, I have a shitty relationship, so that's why I'm stressed out, that's why I overeat, that's why I'm 50 pounds overweight. So look at your main stressor if you're not quite sure what it is that you really want. And then the next thing is, I want you to ask yourself, if I was already there, okay? So if you already lost that 50 pounds, if you already paid off all of your debt, if you already were in a healthy relationship, if you already were a successful coach, how would you show up in your life? Who would you be? How would you act? What would your mindset look like? How would you make decisions? I mean, really think about this. Because when I pose this question to my clients, when we first start working together, they're like, oh my God, like everything would change. And I'm like, okay, so make those changes now. And they're like, but I can't. And I'm like, why? Because they're so used to feeling stuck, and they're so used to feeling trapped in where they're at, that it's really challenging for them to say, okay, well, if I was 50 pounds lighter, how would I eat? How would I grocery shop? If I was in a healthy relationship, how would I show up to my partner? How would I show up for myself? If I was a very successful coach, how would I show up for the clients that I currently have? How would I show up on social media? If I was completely out of debt and I had paid off all my credit cards and had money in the bank, how would I feel? And I really want you to think about this, because this is something that most people miss the mark on, and this is why you're not getting what you want, is because we're so stuck in where we're at. And this is normal. I mean, this is the human condition, right? And so when you allow yourself to recognize where you're at and say, okay, this is what I want, and then start to really entertain the idea of, how would I act? How would I show up? How would I make decisions if I was already there? How would my mindset be? What would my attitude look like? What would my daily routine look like? I really want you to just sit with this and feel out these answers. Then I really want you to also ask yourself, okay, so who do I need to be? Like, what actions do I need to take today to start shifting this? To really allow myself to shift into that state of being, okay? How would it feel if your life was already at this ideal? Being debt-free, being in a healthy relationship, having a successful business, being able to make decisions on the fly, okay? Ask yourself this. How would that feel? How would it feel? And I really want you to just feel it out. How would it feel? And ask yourself, like, what would my life look like if I already achieved this? Like, just pick one thing. Like, what would it look like if you had already lost that 50 pounds that you want to lose? Like, how would you show up? And this is a big one. What pressures would be removed from your life? Because we all have that kind of internal resistance and that internal pressure, which a lot of people resonated with from a few weeks ago when I actually shared a video about fuck resistance. And like, oh my gosh, all of the responses from you guys were amazing. And you're just like, oh my God, yes. So what pressures would be removed from your life if you'd already achieved this, whatever it is that you want to achieve, being in a healthy relationship, losing 50 pounds, having a successful business? So to get from where you are to where you want to be, 1, get really clear on what you want, okay? Number 2, believe that you can be, do, or have this thing in your life. Truly believe it. And then 3, start showing up as if it was already there, okay? And again, you've got to start making decisions of already being there instead of where you're at. So if you'd already lost 50 pounds, how would you show up? If you're in a healthy relationship, how would you show up differently? If you were already a successful coach, how would you show up differently? In order to get different results, you have to do something new. You have to, first of all, be honest with yourself and what you're not doing and what you are doing. And what most people are doing, and I've seen this thousands of times with the thousands of people that I've worked with over the years, is they've made excuses. Well, I can't do this because of this. Okay, so what if that was cleared up? Could you do it? And a lot of the times people are like, well, I don't have the money to do something. Okay, well, what if you did? There's a gazillion different ways to make money. You could get a second job. You could sell all the crap that's in your basement or your attic or your garage or your storage room. I mean, really, there's so many different ways that you can start bringing things into your life to shift where you're at so that you can get what you want. And again, in order to get something new, you have to do something new. Make new choices, get new results. It's as simple as that. Well, I've helped thousands of women with this. If you want to shift from where you're at to where you want to be, and you want to shift from struggle into flow, I actually have some private coaching spots available. And so what I want you to do, if you're ready to shift from struggle into flow and you're willing to make just 1 degree shifts each and every day, what I want you to do is click the link below and sign up for a free strategy session with myself. And we're going to talk about where you are, where you want to be, and I'll start to give you some pointers on what you can start to do, and then we can talk about working further together privately or in a group setting, okay? But again, look at where you're at, where you want to be, and then ask yourself, who do I need to be to make this happen? What can I do differently? How would I show up if this was already a thing? And then start to be in that energy. Start to embody that future version of yourself. And what's going to happen is all of a sudden, because you are standing in that new space of where you want to be and you're embodying the energy of where you're going, what happens is all of a sudden you're going to shift out of where you're stuck and you're going to start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's huge. And then you're going to start to get what you want faster and faster and faster. All right, so click the link, let's talk, let's get you out of struggle and into flow. All right, I love you all. I hope this serves you. Click the link, let's talk.